Hi, everyone. So my name is Sudhir, and technically, like my full name is like what I've displayed, unofficial. So, coming back to my experience, right? I have 12 plus years of experience in this entire IT industry. So I started my career in somewhere around 2012, and 8 years of experience in continuation technology. So from 2016, somewhere around February or somewhere, I've started working in continuation technology, like Kubernetes. So that's the amount of experience what I have in this entire IT industry. And these are the certifications what I hold right now. So let me just display. So if you need any inputs or any suggestions, if you are planning for any certifications after this completion of the course, so I would be happy to help you. Okay. Certifications like I did certifications from Kubernetes like CKA and CKS. One is Certified Kubernetes Administration and one is Certified Kubernetes Security Specialist. Okay. So since you guys have joined this particular course for DevOps or DevSecOps, it's a combination of both, right? So if you are not interested in security, you can leave that particular topics when I teach, because I'll be teaching security topics at the end of the course. Okay, so if you are planning for DevOps only, you can join this course and you can learn only DevOps and you can ignore security if you want. Okay, just an info. So I did certification from OpenStack Cloud and AWS Azure Cloud as well. Okay. So in AWS, I've done the certification on Solution Architect Associate. So this is my overall my experience and myself, my profile actually. So let's go back to the actual course content, what we are going to discuss in this entire training program. So first, I just want to have some common introduction, like let's say it's a common interaction actually, to get some inputs from your end. So is there anyone in working profession right now, working in any IT, or everybody is freshers? Arjun,
Oh, yeah.
you can
Yeah,
raise
Yeah.
your hands. You can raise your hands. Yeah, I'll get a
Okay.
count. Sachin Bhagat, can you please switch off your camera, please? Everybody, so almost 6 years of experience. So you guys know something about IT industry, how this software development works and all. So, but still, I just want to have some inputs. So first of all, I just want to understand what is information technology. So you guys want to get a job in IT, right? But what is meant by IT? Not a full form. What do you know about IT? Any answers? Sachin,
access,
switch off the camera.
accessing the devices,
Sorry.
accessing all the devices like computers or mobile technology.
Okay. We can access, right? So access is fine. What you said is like half of the thing is fine. Anyone else? Something that you know. See, no need to be accurate. Something that you know.
For example, whatever we want, we can purchase online, and whatever we want, we can see online within a 1 second, like live updates or everything that is possible just because of IT in this. You can say that like continuous integration, continuous deployment also that comes just because of whatever live updates are there or whatever online purchases are there in order to get like continuous flow and whatever their production quantity is there, each and everything will be like in the back end there is something running, like that might be a Kafka, that might be some other tools which we are
Okay, okay.
which
Yeah.
doing the
So let me
information
simplify
that
this
is just possible
so
because
that
of IT.
everyone will understand. Yeah, Arjun. Thanks for that. So let me explain in a simple way. Anything that holds information or anything that transfer the information is an information technology. Simple. The technology that helps you to store the information or to transfer the information is called as information technology. Example, hard disk, mobile phones, satellites, TVs. Okay, the other things what you use, right? Nowadays, your fans also can be operated, right? By using remote control. So all these comes under information technology. Okay, so that's where we are. We are learning this particular softwares right now. Simple. No need to give elaborated expression of it. But in a simple way, if you want to keep it, the technology that stores information and that transfers the information is an information technology. Okay, anything you take. Okay. Now, another question, a simple one, just an interaction. What is a website? Website. You are using many websites, right?
information about a particular website is a place where we can find information about the respective company or any domain. Sorry, not domain. Any information related to the topics.
Okay, that's correct. So website is a combination of web pages. Technically speaking, website is a combination of web pages, right? Login page, logout page, home page, contact us page, gallery page. All these are like products. All these are like pages. So website is a combination of pages to serve the information, right? That is the actual meaning of what is a website. Now, next one is what is operating system? So you're using on daily basis, your mobile phones, your laptops, you're using operating system, right? And TVs as well. What is operating system? Any answers?
It is a kind of a software which helps to communicate with the computer hardwares. We can say that.
Yeah, that's true. So as a human beings, we cannot understand the hardware information like binary language, right? So hardware understands only a binary language. What is a binary? Zeros and ones combination, right? So what I will do, I'll take the help of operating system to run my softwares, applications, everything. That's fine. But for what reason we are doing that? To interact with the hardware and fetch the data or to store the data. So operating system is a mediator between you and your hardware. That's a major understanding of what is operating system. Next one is what is network, and then what is internet. See, all these are like not something that is new. You are hearing on daily basis, you are using it. So I just want to know about it. What is network or what is internet that you know?
Network is nothing but like we can say that it is a provider. Like without that, we cannot communicate to anyone. That might be something or geo network, fiber network, or anything else. Or when we are coming to talk about our IT technology, network is nothing but within a wide range or within a few range or within inside the company, we will set up some network. That might be a
Okay.
private network. That might be a public network. We can say that.
Okay. To simplify that, if I give two computers to you or two systems, and if I give a LAN cable, can't you create a network?
We
Yes,
can
we
create
can.
the network.
So there is no purpose of internet. So network in the sense what? To connect your devices to communicate with each other. That's the main purpose, right? So network is to help the devices to communicate with each other. That is the purpose of network. Then what is internet?
Will allow us to connect to that devices or like transfer the information from that devices to the outside world or
Connecting the devices across a geographical location. Geographical location. Let's say I'm sitting here, you are sitting somewhere else, right? You guys. And how we are able to talk to each other because of internet. Okay. So these are the generic terms. I just want to tell you that when you want to work in any IT industry with any software or anything that you learn, these are like fundamentals. So my course is all about teaching fundamentals from scratch to the top level. So just to tell that, I have asked you these questions. Okay. So sometimes even though we have some experience, right, we don't know how to express these fundamentals. Though we know about it, we are hearing on daily basis. See, what are the 5 points I've written here? You are hearing on daily basis. Okay. But we don't know what is the purpose of it. So the course is all about, my teaching is all about the purpose. You have to know why, when, where. We have to use this on any tool you take that I teach. So coming back to the point, let us jump into our course curriculum. Okay. And then finally, cloud computing, I'll discuss that in the next sessions. Okay. First of all, this course is all about DevSecOps. If someone is interested in only DevOps, you can learn only those particular tools and services. If you are interested in security as well, we'll be teaching at the end. Then what is meant by DevSecOps? Okay. So development plus security plus operations. Earlier we have DevOps culture, right? See, DevOps is not a tool. It's a culture or a best practices that we have to follow in our organization when you're developing a software. Okay. So when you're developing a software, we have to use many tools to automate the process because manual thing will take a lot of time for the development, right? See, if you are doing everything in manual, it will take a lot of time to deliver the product for the client. Then we have to bring some automation tools. Automation in the sense what? Something that should not be executed by us. It should be executed by a program. That is called as automation, right? So in DevOps culture, we have to adopt so many tools to automate your process, whether it is a development, whether it is a testing, whether it is a what to say, building the code or deploying the code. Everything should be automated. Now, in the DevOps, you are adding some additional layer, that is security. Why? Because I develop a code. For example, I'm a developer right now. Let's say you are a Java developer or a .NET developer or any programming language developer you say, for example. Now, how I will certify that my code is valid? My code is like whatever the code I have written is not having any bugs, not having any vulnerabilities, not having any code smells, duplication of the codes. How will you tell that? So someone has to review the code, right? So someone has to review the code, and they have to tell you, like, this is the mistake what you have done, this is the bug what you have, and this is the vulnerability what you have. Okay, so these mistakes have to be identified or reported. Okay, so that comes under security. Who will do that? Earlier we used to have a manual review. Now we have to automate that. So everything should be automated. So that comes under as part of security. So we need to identify, sorry. Okay. So we need to identify the issues in the code before it got deployed or before it got developed. So in the development process itself, see, after the development, you will test the code, right? So after the development or before the testing, I want to see what are the issues I have in my code, the source code. Okay. So that is where your security will come into picture in the automation process of development and operations. Okay. Security is everywhere. Security has to be done in your infrastructure, in your, let's say, in your application, in your code, or in your testing as well. So everywhere we have to add our security. So this is the additional layer of protection for your software development that you are going to integrate in your CI/CD, continuous integration or continuous delivery or deployment. I'll tell you all these particular things one by one, but to tell you in high level, I have explained this particular point. Okay. So now let's come back to the AWS. Before learning AWS, let's say even one person in this particular course doesn't know about what is Linux operating system. I have to start from there. So we are starting from Linux operating system. I'll be using Ubuntu operating system. In Linux, we have so many flavors. Like we have Red Hat, CentOS, Ubuntu, Debian, OpenSUSE, Mint Linux. There are so many things. But I'm using Ubuntu operating system of Linux. Why I'm choosing Ubuntu? Because it is free of cost, means it is open source. No need to purchase any license key to install this Ubuntu server. And it is most widely used under open source. If you pick one open source Linux operating system, Ubuntu is the first one, which many companies are using it. So that's the reason we are starting with Ubuntu operating system. So does it mean that I need to learn all the Linux operating systems? Not necessary. At least you need to know one operating system. If you learn one operating system, right, other operating systems are almost similar in Linux flavor. Okay. So first of all, we'll be starting with Ubuntu operating system. And in this course, I will be using 22 version. And what is meant by LTS? Does anyone know what is LTS full form? If someone is aware of it,
It's a long-term support.
what is advantage when you see LTS in your software or operating system?
It's a stable version kind of.
Okay, it is a stable version. To keep it simple, it is a stable version. Okay, so that is the reason why, and the support will be for longer period. Okay, for example, this particular version, what it is released, see, this is a version number 22.04. Okay, so this version will be supported for longer period, means 5 years, 10 years, and 6 years. Okay, so that is the reason why when you are choosing Linux operating system or any other operating system or any software, you have to take a stable version or a long-term support version. So that's the reason in Ubuntu, the easiest way to learn what is LTS is nothing but anything that is having an even number with .04. Even number like 16, 18, 20, 22. I'm using 22 is the latest one, and the version is .04. That comes under LTS, long-term support. So after learning this operating system, remember, even whether you are a developer, whether you are a testing team, whether you are an operations team, you need to learn at least one Linux operating system. Why we are not using Windows? Because Windows is not widely used by many of the organizations. That's the reason why we are learning Linux operating system. I'm not talking about your personal computers. I'm talking about the actual live servers. Many of the servers are learning with Linux operating system. So that's the reason we are learning, or we are starting our career from here with Linux operating system. Okay. After completing Linux operating system, we have to learn the shell scripting. It is not a programming language, it is just a script. So does anyone know what is the difference between scripting and programming? Any idea if you have? Only if you know. Any answers to it? Programming is different, scripting is different.
Scripting is kind of we can say to do the task to avoid the manual task and define the task in a script language, we can say.
Okay.
In a
Then what is the programming?
programming is
Just a
to
second. Yeah, one by one. Yeah, Miss.
programming is kind of which we can develop the some softwares or kind of those things.
Yeah. By using shell scripting, can't we do it?
We can do it
No.
in a easy way.
No. So yeah, your answer is 100% true.
Yes,
Okay, go ahead.
scripting mainly we use if we have like little tasks, and programming if we have like big programs which we need to run or build, maybe.
Okay. So scripting is to automate with your operating system interaction. For example, if I want to do some specific task on the operating system, I cannot sit in front of the system and execute the commands one by one, right? It is a time consuming. Let's say, for example, as a you're a administrator, you'll not manage only one server, right? You have to manage some hundreds and thousands of servers. So will you sit in front of the system and run the commands one by one? I can automate that. How I can automate that? I can write at least a script, right? So script is an execution of commands in series order with some logic, what you add. So scripting cannot be compiled, right? You cannot convert your scripting into a compilable code. Can you do that? Compile, do you know what is a compiled code? Converting
Yeah.
into
Yes.
converting your raw code into binary is called as compiling. So that cannot be done in scripting, right? Whereas in programming, we can compile the code and we can convert that into a software like binary code, and then we can run as a software or as a package. Okay, so that is the basic difference between shell scripting and programming. So in this course, we are learning about shell scripting, because in which what shell we will be using? Linux operating system shell, not Windows. Windows is PowerShell, right? We'll be learning Bash shell because we are using Linux operating system. So in Windows also we have a shell. What is that shell? PowerShell. If you are learning Windows operating system as an administrator, then you have to learn about PowerShell. Since we are learning Linux operating system, we will be using Bash shell. Okay, so these are prerequisites. Before we start our AWS cloud and DevOps, first we need to learn these fundamentals. But what I will do, scripting I will be teaching at the end of the course, not in the starting itself, because people will feel that it is too complex. But it is not actually. But initially people might think, because everybody is not from a software background, right? Some people might be coming from non-software background, some MBA, MCA, or some different backgrounds. They want to switch their career into a DevOps and in IT industry. So for those people, if I teach shell scripting, they might get confused. They might think it is complex. So that's the reason after teaching Linux, I'll be jumping into AWS cloud. Okay, and finally I'll be teaching shell scripting. So you'll be comfortable at that time, right? You'll be comfortable with this softwares and tools what you're learning. Okay. Any questions here? The simple thing is, as part of this course, I'll be teaching Linux operating system first, and then shell scripting at the end. Okay. After that, we'll be jumping into AWS services.
So
I cannot
just
tell you right away. Yeah.
so just had a question. So Linux in Linux we will going to learn only the basic things or in a deep way manner
Not
how
the
it is.
pure administration, but I will be teaching about how to install Linux operating system.
Okay.
Commands, like almost 30 to 40 commands, 40 commands. Okay, I'll be teaching it. And then I'll be showing you how to install package management, user management, okay, permissions management, and then disk management. These 4 topics I'll be teaching. Okay, not pure administration, but similar to administration part. Okay.
Okay, cool. Got it. Thanks.
After this, we'll be learning about AWS services. Why we are choosing AWS and all, I will teach you later. AWS is one of the cloud provider. But how many cloud providers we have in the market right now? AWS, Azure, GCP, IBM Cloud, Oracle Cloud, and then we have Alibaba Cloud, many more, right? What are these called? Cloud providers. For example, how you are getting internet at your home? What are those called? Who is providing internet to your home? Those are called as what?
ISPs,
ISPs. ISP full form?
Internet Service Provider.
That's all. So he is providing you internet service to your home, right? So he is an internet service provider. These people are called as cloud service providers, CSP, cloud service providers. So if you want to run your resources on the cloud environment, then AWS is one of the cloud service provider. Okay. Now in AWS, what we will be learning? We'll be learning about IAM, EC2, VPC, EBS, EFS, S3, all these three. What you're seeing right now, this comes under storages. This one comes under compute, and this one comes under networking, and this one comes under authentication, authorization, both of them. See, straight away, I cannot explain you in detail what are these services, but I will list down all the services what you will be learning as part of this course. And then ELB, load balancing, auto scaling group, SES and SMS. Okay, simple email service or simple mailing service. And then ECR, ECS, and EKS. You guys have to concentrate more on this particular 3 technologies: container registry, container service, and Kubernetes service. Right now, this is the trending technology in the market right now. So you have to concentrate more on these particular topics. Anything that you hear about containers, you have to concentrate more. Okay, extra effort you have to keep it on. So anytime when you have any doubts, anything that you are not able to understand, you have to let me know, because you guys are learning, right? So you have to stop me straight away and you have to tell that, please Sudhir, can you repeat the topic once again? Or yesterday I have not understood the topic. Can you please try to recap the topic? You have to tell me. So don't go, it's not like one-way communication, right? So you guys have to understand my teaching and you have to be comfortable with the terms what I'm using or with the sentence what I'm speaking, right? So you have to understand and have to be comfortable zone. That's the reason I say everyone, right? In every what is this initial class and all, I will say them in the demo, I'll ask them to join the course for at least 2 to 3 days and see how I'm teaching. What is my way of teaching? Are you able to understand or not? They'll only join the course. It's not a forceful thing, right? See, you are paying the fee. So you have to be comfortable. So join the course for at least 2 to 3 days for free of cost. No need to pay any charges. If you are comfortable, then only continue with that. So listen to my way of teaching. If you want any other thing, I'll give you some portals where I've already teach some particular topics and you can listen my way of teaching as well. Okay, that we'll discuss in that. Yeah, Jinesh.
Yeah, yes. So I just wanted to know what is the difference between the two courses? I mean, I actually inquired for DevOps with AWS, which I think
Huh?
started in Feb, and
Okay.
now this is DevSecOps. So I mean,
To
I'm
simplify
from the
this
infra.
particular question.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jay.
I,
Yeah, Jay.
yeah. So my experience is from IT infra side, wherein
Okay.
setting up hardwares and
Pure
networks and
infrastructure
everything.
management, right?
Yeah, pure infrastructure management. So I wanted to understand from that perspective as well, if this is the beneficial one or the one I was looking for, AWS
Okay.
DevOps with AWS. Yeah,
So before 3 years, right, people used to be only DevOps. Now security also, see, security is part of the development cycle. We don't know that actually. But security, we used to have a separate team. What is meant by
yeah,
security? Taking care of your resources, everything. Something should not be hacked. That comes under security, right? Now the security is become as part of DevOps automation process. What does it mean? Whatever the security task you are running right now, that you have to automate in the DevOps. So it is an added advantage. If your company is looking for a security team as well, now you can fit into that particular team as well, right? You
okay,
cannot say right now, I know only DevOps, I don't know about security part. If you know about that, I can change you from one particular team to another team, right? I have a flexibility in this competition world. In this competition world right now, if you learn some additional thing, that is advantageous for you, right? In that particular organization, you can switch from one role to another role. So right now, you have two roles. You know DevOps, you know DevSecOps as well, security additionally. That is an added advantage. So that's the reason I told you, if you're not comfortable in security part after hearing to this topics and all, you can keep it aside. Later, when you come across that particular technology, you can watch my videos. That's what I say.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
So whatever you are learning, DevOps I'm teaching here as well. But additionally, I'm teaching security part as well.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Now another service are Lambda service, serverless architecture, Route 53. You know DNS, right? Does anyone know if I hit some domain in the www.facebook.com in the browser, do you know what is happening beyond the scenes? You know that you will get a website.
Yeah.
Do you know how this website is getting displayed?
Yeah,
Yeah,
through
that
the
domain is pointing to some
DNS.
of the IP, and that IP is redirecting to the particular web server. From there only.
Exactly. Simple. So what you said is correct. So when I'm hitting some website, simple. You have so many relatives, your family members and all, right? Why don't you remember their phone numbers instead of their names? Hard, right? It is hard to remember a digit rather than a name, characters, right? So I see if I want to hit a website, I can type the IP address. But the problem is I cannot remember all the websites IP addresses, right? It is like remembering your phone numbers of your relatives. Then what you will do, you will store your relative phone numbers or your family phone numbers in a phone book or telephone directory. Earlier we used to have, right, 10 years back, every family members used to have a telephone directory. Inside that we'll have all the contact numbers. So if I look at that name, I can understand what is a phone number. So that is called as a DNS in internet. Okay. If I hit a website, actually it will go to the IP address in the backend and it will contact that particular server and then it will load the website. Okay. So that DNS, if you want to configure in AWS, it is called as Route 53. Okay. And then we have CloudFront, which is most widely used, certificate manager. Do you know any website you are seeing like that? I will show you one thing so that you'll get some idea. For example, if I go to Facebook, okay, it is my personal Facebook, sorry. So SBI, some website. Do you know what is this? This one?
Yeah. Secure
HTTPS
browsing.
protocol.
HTTPS.
Yeah.
It's a
HTTPS.
Why we see some for some websites S and some websites we don't see yes? Why?
Yeah.
Because of
SSL
SSL.
certificate is installed.
secure
in
website.
What is the benefit of that?
Encrypted
It's the
communication.
additional layer of security.
Exactly. So your data will be transferred from your location. Means, see, we are passing lot of data over the internet, right? Have you ever got a thought like if data is hacked, cyber security issues? Why you are facing a cyber security issue? Anything you take, okay? We are if you transfer your data over the internet as a plain text information, everybody can hack your data, right? Your credit card details, debit card details, and all. How we are able to store your debit card or credit card details in our Flipkart, Amazon, and all? How we are having a trust? How we are storing the credit card, debit card details in their websites? Because you have a trust. How we are getting a trust? Because they are using a SSL certificate in their website, right? So when I use SSL certificate on my website, what is the benefit do I get? My data will be transferred, everything in an encrypted format. Encryption. Encryption is something that algorithm. It uses some algorithm in the backend to encrypt your data. So no one can decrypt your data until unless they don't have a certificate. So that's the reason whenever you are doing some shopping, let's say e-com websites and all, or banking websites, you have to see HTTPS. When a website is not having HTTPS, you should not trust it, or we should not use it at all. Okay. So that thing, if you want to purchase in AWS, it is called as SSL certificate. Okay. To make it simple. That's what we are learning in AWS. Just let me go there. So if you want to purchase certificates for your website, in AWS, we have a service called Certificate Manager. Okay. Then we have backup. If you want to take some backups of your data or of your resources and all, we have backup. transfer family, data sync, and then we have CloudTrail, CloudWatch. These comes under monitoring. Okay, this one comes under security, DevSecOps, and this one comes under monitoring. Okay, and then we have secrets manager to store some sensitive information. This one also comes under security. And then system manager, we have Cloud Shell, and then code commit, then RDS, relation database services, Elastic Cache, and then Prometheus. So these are the services what we are going to discuss in AWS Cloud. Okay. So are you looking for any other service apart from that what I've listed? I'm not talking about DevOps services. I'm talking about normal compute services. So these are the services. Almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 threes are 27. 27 services what I'm going to teach in this entire training program.
Sir.
Yeah.
There are some like Amazon code build and all, code build, code
Instead
deploy.
of that, we will be using Jenkins.
Okay.
So you have code pipeline, code build,
pipeline,
code deploy, these three, right? Instead of
Yes.
using that, we will be using open source tool called Jenkins, which is most widely used. A
Okay.
replacement of that. Yeah.
Okay. And
Because this
sorry,
code
sorry.
pipeline, code deploy, code build, right, is not having many functionalities.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why we are looking for third party tool.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And what about Amazon X-ray?
X-ray, we are not using it. X-ray, if add, see, I am interested in adding a lot of other service as well, but it will extend the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it will create a lot of other things, additional burden to other people as well. Okay, so we are
Okay.
not using X-ray and other things and all.
Okay.
Identity center, I'm not teaching that. Okay, few
Okay.
services I'm not discussing it because of the syllabus.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Hi.
yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Small
just
doubt.
have a confirm the duration is 2.5 months, but are we covering all these things in just 2.5 months?
Yes, 2.5. Maybe 10 days here and there.
Like including DevOps, right? DevOps
Because
with
we are
all
taking
these
the
stuff.
sessions from Monday to Saturday, right? So obviously 5 days, 6 days a week. So it will take 2.5 months or maximum 3 months, not more than that.
So what is the timing? I mean, is it going to be 9 to 10 every
Daily 1
morning?
hour. Time constraint. Everybody, you are sharing your contact number and email address right in the chat room. If you're not doing it, please do it. So Malti or other Visualpath team will be contacting you, and they will take inputs from you. So what is your time? Which time you are comfortable and all. According to that, we'll take a decision. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Majorly, it will be from morning time or evening time. Okay. Either of these two times, like maybe from 7 to 9 or maybe some evening 8 to 10. That's all. Means 1 hour session it is, not 2 hours.
Right.
Daily 1 hour, 6 days a week. Sunday we have to practice, right? If you are, let's say if you are working professional and if you're not getting enough time on the working day, you'll be practicing on weekends, right? So that's the reason.
So first, are we starting AWS or DevOps?
First I'll be teaching Linux. After that only I will enter into AWS and then DevOps and then security. That's how it goes. First Linux,
Okay,
then AWS services, then DevOps services, then security, and the last shell scripting. These 5 and the project.
okay, so just one query. Is this course used for administrator role also? AWS,
Yes,
KK?
obviously. When you are talking about administration, right, you can leave that particular DevOps, CI/CD and all. You have to concentrate more on Ansible, Terraform, if you are only looking for administrative part.
Okay, Ansible, Terraform, and
Ansible, Terraform. See, let's say I want to work as an administrator in AWS Cloud. Then forget about CI/CD and all. You have to concentrate more on AWS services and then how to automate that process. Means if I want to create something on AWS, I should not do it manually, right? Then what I have to use? Terraform. Let's say by using Terraform, you created something. Inside the server, you should not do any manual tasks. Then what I have to use? Ansible. That's the reason you have to concentrate on these 3 things: Linux, AWS, Ansible, Terraform. if you're looking for only administration.
Sir,
Understood?
all the database services are coming into AWS RDS service.
RDS service, yes.
Uh,
PostgreSQL, MySQL, MariaDB, these comes under RDS. And I'll be teaching DynamoDB as well, which are not listed here. I'll be teaching DynamoDB, which is a NoSQL database. So we have two types of databases, right? SQL database, NoSQL database. Under NoSQL database, I'll be teaching DynamoDB. I think I forgot to list here.
for a DevOps point of view, how much database we need to acquire, sir?
Not administrative. So you have to know what is a database, how to work with a database, but not how to write a query, how to write joins, primary keys, foreign keys, and all. This is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is like how to create a server, how to manage the server. That's all. Taking a regular backups. If something goes wrong, you have to know how to restore the backup. This is your responsibility as an administrator or as a DevOps engineer.
After deploying the code into application, we need to connectivity between database and application, like anything
Yes.
we do.
Those
DevOps.
details you have to provide to your application, right? That is your
Okay.
responsibility. You have to show those details actually. They will update in the application. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
See, your responsibility is to create a database with the proper specifications and all as per the application requirement. And you have to share these details to your application developer. He will add those details in the application.
Okay.
Understood, right? So the responsibility will get changed based on your role in your team actually. Okay? See, this course is all about everybody, administrators, DevOps, DevSecOps. Okay, all the three people can learn this course, what I'm teaching. And you can leave some services. That's what I say. If you're an administrator, I told you the list, right? You can concentrate more on that. Other parts you can ignore. No need to continue with that. DevOps, you can learn only DevOps services. You can ignore security. Security, you have to learn everything. Administration, DevOps, and security. Okay. Now, after learning AWS services, right, you have to concentrate more on Kubernetes, Docker, and Kubernetes. That's the reason you can see I created a separate topic for the slide. I'm listing all the services, means all the topics what I'm discussing in a containerization technology. You may not understand right now, but if you take this recording, right, give this recording to someone else, working professional or someone, they'll understand what is the importance of this particular topics what I'm teaching you. Okay. So this is all about Docker and Kubernetes orchestration objects, what I'm teaching in this course. Okay, this is so important. Everybody has to concentrate, whether you are a developer, whether you are an administrator, whether you are a DevOps team, or whether you are a DevSecOps. Everybody has to learn this particular containerization technology for sure. Okay, and all these are list of topics that I'm going to discuss in this course. And then finally, after completing this particular AWS services and containerization technology, then we will be entering into DevOps. Okay, so what are the tools we are going to learn? Jenkins, Prometheus and Grafana for monitoring for Kubernetes, and then Git. And then we'll be learning Ansible, which is a configuration management tool, and then Terraform, infrastructure as a code tool, and then finally SonarQube for static code analysis. So these are the major DevOps tools that we'll be learning. Apart from this, if you are interested, we'll be giving access to Python programming language if you are interested, but it is not mandate. Okay. Someone who is interested in learning Python also, you can contact Visualpath. They'll give you access to the Python as well. Okay. That is a optional. That's the reason I've written in the braces. Optional it is. Okay. So these are the DevOps tools what we'll be learning. One is for automation. I told you, right? Everything has to be automated in CI/CD. Continuous integration and continuous delivery. And then Ansible, configuration management. And then Terraform, SonarQube, Git, Prometheus, and Python. So we have to learn all these particular services. And after completing this, then we have to concentrate on security tools. Privy, Docker security using CIS benchmarks, Kubebench, and then kubelinter. And then these are the tools what we'll be learning additionally. Apart from AWS services, what I'm teaching, right? For example, see, I covered AWS services for security. I'm covering other third-party services as well as part of security. So you can see SonarQube, right? SonarQube also comes under security. You can check here.
Hello.
You can see the list. SonarQube also comes under security path. It is called as SAST. Okay, static code analysis it is. We are using SonarQube, and we are using AWS service as well for security. Yeah, someone is asking something.
Yeah, sir. The Python optional part. So
Yes.
is it going to be a recorded lectures or
It is a recorded
can
lecture. It is a recorded lecture.
okay. Okay.
Oh, I just have out like how are we using Prometheus? Just to monitor the services or like
So to monitor our services on Kubernetes cluster and the nodes.
oh actually like for my project I'm working as a tester, performance tester.
Okay.
So I'm checking for the monitoring tool as Prometheus. Actually I'm doing POC. So like can we just it will help for me like even for my project like because I only have to do configuration and everything.
Okay. So you have to configure Prometheus configuration file and integrate your what's exporters and all, right?
Correct, because I'm using
this
the
will help you.
application. Yeah, I'm using
See, Prometheus is providing you a lot of exporters, right? MySQL exporter, Node exporter, Elasticsearch exporters, and all. So those exporters you have to integrate to the Prometheus. Prometheus doesn't provide you the visualization, right? We'll integrate Grafana for that.
Yes, correct.
So you have to learn Prometheus and Grafana. That I will be covering in the course. Here, what I've listed, right? You can see here. And then finally, what next? So after completing this, the entire topics what I've taught you one by one. And remember, everything I'll be teaching it from scratch. You don't need to worry about that. Okay. The only thing is concentrate in the class, ask the questions if you are not able to understand, and practice. And sometimes when listening, right, you will not have any questions. When you type something on the keyboard and when you're practicing it, right, then you'll come up with the questions. At the time, you have to ask in the next day. Okay, so that your questions will be answered. And not only that, instead of waiting for the next day, we'll be creating a WhatsApp group. So all the people who are joining the course will be added into the WhatsApp group, and then we can communicate over there. Let's say I'm not able to answer, some other person will answer your query. So communication will be improved, and your gaps also will be filled in the day itself instead of waiting for the next day. That's the reason why we are creating WhatsApp group. And all the documents what I prepared, like this PPTs or documents which are stored in GitHub and all, I'll be sharing in the course. Okay, all the documents. You don't need to prepare any documentation. Just watch the recording, what is provided to you. All the recorded videos will be given in the portal. The portal access will be given to you. So watch the recording when you get some time, practice it and come up with the questions. That is the only thing what you have to do to learn this entire course. Okay, and everything is interlinked. You have to, let's say due to some issues and all, you're not able to join the class. Watch the video when you get a free time and join the next class. That's how you have to make your adjustments according to your convenience. Okay. Then after completing this entire course, what is the next? So what is my roadmap? Roadmap in the sense, okay, what is my career right now when I learn DevOps? Here, the list of topics what I've listed are DevOps. Security, I've already listed on the previous slide. Right now, let us see what is our DevOps roadmap. Under programming language, it is optional right now. You can learn any one of them. Python, Go language, JavaScript or Ruby, Go language, anything. Okay. Python is easiest one to learn. Anyone who is wanted to start a programming language, Python is the easiest one to start with. But we are not going to teach in the course. In this 2.5 months and 3 months, right? It is not possible to teach. So that's the reason we are giving it this as optional. Okay. And the next one is server administration. So what I'm teaching under server administration, Linux. Very important, normal. The color coding what I've given. So Linux is the major priority for us under server administration. So we are learning Linux. So this topic is covered. Then servers. What servers we are learning? Web servers, cache and database. In web servers, what I will be teaching in the course? I'll be teaching Apache web server and I'll be teaching Nginx web server as well. So this topic is covered. Okay. And then under cache, I'll be teaching memcache. I'm not teaching Redis. I'll be teaching memcache. Okay. What is a cache server and all? I'll discuss in detail in the actual course content. Okay. In the demo, I cannot explain you. And then databases. In the database, I told you, right? We have SQL database and NoSQL database. Under NoSQL database, I'll be teaching DynamoDB, AWS. Under SQL database, I'll be teaching two database servers. One is MySQL and one is PostgreSQL. Okay. So this servers topic is also covered. After completing this, then we'll be concentrated on CI/CD. For example, I'll be teaching Jenkins, and moreover, I'll be teaching GitHub as well, GitHub Actions. So I'll be teaching both of them. Jenkins is your first priority. Second priority which I'll be teaching is GitHub Actions. Okay, so CI/CD will be done. Then cloud. In cloud, what we are learning right now, AWS, Amazon Web Services. But don't call it as Amazon. Amazon is a shopping website, right? E-com. It is Amazon Web Services, AWS. Then under monitoring and logging, what I'm teaching, Prometheus and Grafana. Under logging, I'll be teaching ELK, Elastic Kubernetes, sorry, Elastic Log Search and Kibana, ELK. Now it is called as EFK, Elasticsearch, Fluentd, and Kibana, EFK. Okay. And then under infrastructure as a code, I'll be covering configuration management tool, that is Ansible, which is most widely used and easiest tool to learn. Under configuration management, we have Puppet, self-stall stack, but I will be teaching Ansible. Okay, under containerization technology, I'll be teaching Docker. And under containerization orchestration, I'll be teaching Kubernetes. So you have to concentrate more on this. And then finally, Terraform. So Terraform comes under infrastructure provisioning. Means something that you want to create on AWS, right? Initially, we'll be learning how to do it manually. But after learning through Terraform, right, we'll be managing entire AWS infrastructure by using Terraform, which is most widely used by many of the organizations. So that's the reason you have to concentrate more on Terraform, Docker, and Kubernetes. And then followed by Ansible, CI/CD. These are the 4 things that you have to concentrate more on in your career right now. Okay. And under networking and security, I'll be teaching fundamentals. You might have heard in your graduation, right? OS and ISO model. What is IP address? What is IPv4? What is IPv6? What is a switch? What is a router? What is a hub? What is IP address? Okay, and then what is a CIDR? What is subnet? What is gateway? What is class A, B, C, D, E? All these network fundamentals we have to learn. You cannot say it is a network team responsibility. No. When you are a DevOps engineer or DevSecOps engineer, you have to know what is a network. What is a networking? If you don't know that, right, we cannot survive in this IT industry competition world. Okay. I'm not telling you that we are doing pure administration, Cisco level administration. No. We have to know at least what is IP address. We need to know what is a router, how network works. Okay, what is CIDR, what is subnet, what is gateway. We have to learn these fundamentals. What is DNS? What is OSM model, ISO model? Okay, all these things we have to learn. So this is the DevOps roadmap for us. Okay, our path, what to learn in DevOps. Yeah, Jitin.
Sir, where is the scripting part? Bash scripting will come.
Scripting I've not tested. See, that doesn't come under DevOps, right? It is a scripting of related to operating system.
Okay. So
that's the reason we have not listed here.
So we are not going to learn bash scripting and all?
No, I told you that you will be learning it. But in DevOps roadmap, I'm telling you what are the important topics for us to be a DevOps engineer.
Okay.
See, and that too, I'm not teaching all the services, right? You have to learn any one of them from each and every category.
Right.
Then only you will be called as DevOps engineer, right?
Okay.
I'm showing you the roadmap. What should be your career? Where we have to concentrate. For that, I have created this roadmap.
Okay. Thank you.
And then after teaching that, everybody will ask me real-time project. To be frank, no one will teach you real-time project. We'll be replicating it. Means how our production environments in the live servers will be deployed, right? Similar to that, our Visualpath is having our own live applications. Okay, those live applications, I will show you how to deploy it from scratch after learning all the services. Okay, but before that, for every topic, I'll be giving you the task. You have to do it. After completing Linux, I'll give you some questions. You have to complete them. For example, after completing Jenkins, I'll give you some questions. After completing Linux, I'll give you the questions. After completing Docker, I will give you some questions. After completing Kubernetes, I'll give you the questions. So you have to complete them on your weekend. So for every topic, when I complete it, I'll give you the task. And that you have to complete like this. I'll give you the architecture. You have to implement that. Because you are a solution architect, right, in AWS, as a DevOps engineer or DevSecOps engineer. So when you're working as a solution architect, As a cloud engineer, I will give you the architecture. You have to implement a solution for that. Okay. So these are the sample architectures what I will be using in our course part. You can see these architectures for deploying WordPress application deployment on ECS cluster. Then you can see Jenkins CI/CD deployment on EKS clusters with elastic file system storage. You can see the architecture. No one will understand now today. Okay, but these are the architectures which I want to show you that you will be learning in this particular entire training program. And you can see this one, combination of Terraform and EKS. And to automate everything, finally we'll be deploying like this architecture. You as a developer, you will be writing some code, you will be pushing to the Git, and then we'll be implementing Jenkins CI/CD pipeline to automate everything to spin up the resource. Okay, so these are like architectures. So finally, our project. So which project I will be showing you live? So Visualpath is having their own live projects like k8sengineers.com. This is our website. See, this course is entirely designed by me. These are all the topics which are related to Docker and Kubernetes. If you want to learn in depth about Docker and Kubernetes, this website will give you some knowledge on that. Okay, so this website we have designed to sell the product to teach only Docker and Kubernetes for Linux administrators, for software developers, for DevOps engineers, DevSecOps engineers, for cloud, SRE, SDET, projects. We created a projects as well, automation, and then for beginners. Okay, so this website, I will show you how to deploy it from scratch. Live application it is. We have so many users who are using this website. Okay, so this website, I will show you how to deploy it from scratch. This will be our live project. Okay, we have many websites like this. DevOps Online Hub. This is another website what we have. And this application also, I'll show you how to deploy it from scratch. So this one, you can add it in your resume as a project, as an internship, what you have done. It's up to you. But since I will show you from scratch, right? You can explain the same thing in the interview. You'll get some confidence. Okay. And you can explain in the roles and responsibilities as well. Okay? And then finally, so what is my role after learning this course? So what is my role to search for the job? Either you can search for AWS Solution Architect Associate, or you will be called as DevSecOps Engineers, Cloud DevSecOps Engineer. So this will be your role as a designation. Okay. And then this is my YouTube channel and GitHub link. And this is my personal email address. If you want to post anything or if you want to communicate with me, this is my personal email address and this is my Visualpath email address. Okay. And this is my YouTube channel. And if you want to see how I'm teaching, how I will teach, what is my way of teaching, if you are able to understand or not, please watch these YouTube videos. You'll get some idea. And not only that, if you are interested in Docker and Kubernetes, recently I have posted my Udemy course, that is Master Docker and Kubernetes. And then for beginners, I've created a separate course as well, that is Docker and Kubernetes for beginners. You can purchase it if you want. Okay. If you are interested in Docker and Kubernetes in depth, this is for beginners and this is for everyone. From low level to high level, all the levels it is. This is only for beginners. And you can see I created a course for 49.5 hours with 251 lectures. And this one is 58 hours with 316 lectures. Okay.
Yeah. Everything is there in that 316 hours you're saying, right? It's everything is there. I mean,
360, not 316 lectures. Okay. Only Docker and Kubernetes with project.
Only Docker. Okay.
Only Docker and see, for example, if you're looking for Docker and Kubernetes in depth and then with project, then you can purchase it for $4.99.
Okay, but just one doubt. Just one doubt.
Good.
If we learn only Docker and Kubernetes, will it be enough? Because nowadays companies are asking.
We have a separate job role only for Docker and Kubernetes.
Yeah, but companies are asking entire, not complete DevOps, but at least EKS or AKS like that, right?
That's what. See, though you learned about on-premises Kubernetes, you can work on any AWS. Okay.
It will be easier saying.
Easy. That's what. See, if you learn Kubernetes, Kubernetes cluster might be created in different platform. But after creating a Kubernetes cluster, everything is same, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You understood what I said?
Understood. But yeah. Okay.
See,
But
I'm just
people are also
saying you some
using for
information. It's up to you
protection
whether
purpose.
you take it or not. Just a
Yeah.
information from my side that there's a course created by Visualpath by me entirely. What are the videos you're watching here? If you purchase it, everything is recorded by me
No,
with the project as well.
I understood. But just before taking, just asking query.
Yeah, go ahead, no problem.
Yeah, because I'm working in CTS, but right
Yes.
now I'll go to bench in few days.
Okay.
March
Yeah,
31st,
layoff kind of. Yeah.
bench. So
Yeah,
my
bench.
project is getting ended. I'm
Yeah.
working in I'm working in PCF technology, Pivotal
Okay.
Cloud Foundry, VMware.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yes.
and right now in my company, whichever project I see, they are asking Red Hat on AWS or AKS, like these things only. AWS.
EKS, I told you right. EKS we'll be learning in the course, right? You
Yes.
understood? We'll be
Yes.
learning everything in the course, DevOps and all. Apart from that, it is just 500 rupees. If you purchase it, you will get some additional benefit, in-depth knowledge. That is optional. Just I want to promote that. I did this particular course. If you're interested, you can purchase it. It is not mandated. Just
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
information, that's all.
Okay. Yeah.
But everything we'll be teaching in the course, right?
Yeah. Okay. I am ready to join this AWS course, but just
Yeah.
checking if we get particular jobs on Kubernetes.
Even you see, it's specific. I'll tell you. Straightforward answer is whenever you see any job role, right, they will write a job description. They will mention what is their requirement and all. They'll mention, right? There you have to see what tools they are using, in which project they are going to add, what tools you have to learn. See, you might learn so many tools, right? When you see the job description of that particular project or a company, they'll tell you the job description, what tools they are looking for. At that time, you have to look for that particular specific job roles and you have to attempt for the interview.
Yeah.
Every company will not use VMware, right? So it is a
Correct.
project specific. It is.
Yes, Sudeep.
Yeah. So it is almost 1 year effort. The course what I've created, right? Almost I recorded 1 year back. Some from past 1 year, I recorded this particular videos and I uploaded in the Udemy. Okay. For a cheaper price actually. Why? Because we want to, first of all, we want to promote our course by way of teaching and all. One more thing is everybody will get benefit. It's though it is 500 rupees, the cost what is given by Udemy, right? Our price is 3,499. Okay. Though it is 500, right? It is a worth of 2,000, 2,000, 3,000. You will watch it actually. See, 1 month there is a refund, right? So if you're not interested in this, you can cancel the refund. So you'll get benefited. That's what. So people have to get a benefit. It's not for the name case, namesake and all saying that this is the course what we created and we are promoting it. Okay. So that's the reason I told, right? If you want to join this course, right, listen to 3 days. My way of teaching, my sentence formation, whether you're able to catch it or not, because everybody is coming from different background. Okay, some people will grab the sentence what I'm saying, and some people will not grab the sentence. Okay, so if you tell me, see, I want like this and all, according to that, we can change our teaching structure. I will be flexible, so I can change my way of teaching and all. That's all. So join the course for 3 days, listen. If you're comfortable, then only continue with the course. Okay,
Yeah.
timings and all,
Yeah.
Visualpath management will be intimating you. Any technical questions you can ask me at any time. Always I'll be helpful
Sure.
on this email address, any one of them, and you can contact me. Okay.
Sure, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? So this entire course, what are the topics I'm teaching? Okay, in this 2.5 months or maximum 3 months, not more than that. But not in hurry. Though I'm saying that I will complete in 2.5 months and 3 months, it is not in hurry, worry. Not for the namesake.
Oh, and the session will be total practically, right?
Practical, nothing theoretical. I hate teaching theoretical points actually, because I'll tell you why. Because when you see visually and do the steps one by one, right, that will register in mind rather than reading the theoretical points. When you have to read the theoretical points, when you are attending for interview, you want to go through all the points what you've learned and recall. At the time, the theoretical points what I've taught in the initial sessions, right, that will help you a lot. Okay.
And what about if we need supports after the course? That then also you will be there for.
Group will be there. See, group will never get deleted after the course completion and all. Anytime you can ping me. No hesitations at all. Okay. You can ping me one-to-one, or you can ping in the first group as well. Okay. Whatever you are
Cool.
comfortable with.
Cool. Thank you.
No need to purchase any new laptops. With your existing laptops, you can practice all the sessions. What are the topics I've listed right now? You can practice in your local system itself. Okay. Don't waste your expenditure.
Uh, Sir, how
Yeah.
about the recordings? Like, can we directly download the portal?
Yeah, recordings will be done by me, and once the recording is done, Visualpath will upload in the portal. That portal access will be given to you. Download option will not be there.
So till how long we can access that?
Lifetime access it is. Lifetime.
Oh.
Not for 1 year or
Can we
just only
access
for the
from
completion of the course. Sorry?
Can we access from mobile phone?
Yeah, you can. It is a mobile app, and we have a web browser as well. Okay.
Thank you.
But I would say mobile is not comfortable to learn. When you're seeing a practical session, right? Web browser will be visually with a big font, right? So I would say better. But when you don't have a time, obviously we have a mobile choice.
Sir, only you'll be teaching this entire course, or
By me, end to end. I'll be teaching it. No one will join in middle.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any prerequisite before joining the course, just like a laptop or anything else that we need to take care of?
Laptop, if you have a 4-core CPU and 8 GB RAM, that is sufficient. If you have existing laptop with less resource, right, you can increase it, right? RAM can be increased. Anyway, everybody will have 4-core CPU. That is sufficient.
Or is there any other softwares that we?
No, don't install
like-
anything. I will tell you from scratch.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Any knowledge requirement like scripting or basic understanding of programming?
Empty mind.
Okay.
As if you don't know anything about IT. From there, I'll be starting with. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Thank you.
Experienced people might feel bored, but I have to do that. There is no other choice. Even one person doesn't know about what is that. I have to start from scratch.
Okay. After finish, is there any certificate?
Certification, see, course completion certification will be given by AWS. But if you want to plan for any other certification, right? We are creating some videos maybe down the line in 1 month. See, before when the course is going on, right, down the line 1 month. For CKA, CKS, we are CKA, CKAD, I'm preparing certification videos that I will share you so that you can prepare for a CKA Kubernetes certifications as well. It's not that tough. But it's a practical session. It is not a theoretical exam. It is a practical exam. Like Red Hat. I'll give you the guidance. No need to worry. Whoever is planning for certifications, right? And at the end of the course, you can tell me. So separately, we can have a session and I will give you some inputs, guidance and all. How to prepare, how to concentrate, how to get a discount and all. All these things I will give you the solutions. No worry.
So for non-IT persons, it is easy to learn.
Depends. See, two things. First of all, your mindset. Do you really want to get a job in this IT industry in the DevOps? That is the first mindset. Okay. See, some people will see because of our some people said around you saying that learn DevOps, you'll get a job. That's not that easy, right? We have seen the list of services. You have to learn, practice. If you practice, right, that will be easy for you to understand. If you don't practice and listen, you cannot understand the concept what I'm teaching. First thing, 90% of the effort has to be from your side. It will be easy. 10% from my side, you need some guidance that I'll be giving you.
Thank you, sir.
Don't say that someone has told me that DevOps you have to learn, you'll get 16 lakhs package, 20 lakhs package. That is fake. It all depends, right? Experience, okay? The budget of the company, the project, all these factors comes into picture. How you answered in interview, they will think, they will grade actually. Okay? According to that, you'll get a salary. Not that every person will get 18 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 24 lakhs, right? If you are coming with that particular mindset, I'm talking about everybody. If you're coming with that mindset, then this is not a right channel. Okay. I need 90% of effort from your side. Okay. To learn this entire course. Straightforward. There's nothing to hide. Right? Without your effort, you cannot learn anything. Any technology you take, not only this one. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for joining the demo, guys. You can share your feedback to the Visualpath, and Visualpath will contact you soon within today or tomorrow, and they'll take you the inputs from you like timings and all. And based on that, we'll decide the time. Okay.